here we are in the new swing shoe at People's Golf Club. What I'm going to talk about is a common concept within golf that people are too enamoured with. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is creating some lag. So lag can be a very important thing that people are too obsessed with, but that obsession sometimes can create a lot of errors and can create you to hit the ball inconsistently. But the biggest thing I always try and teach, when I'm coaching, is lag is created by gravity. So we let the club fall out, gravity deploys the club into the halfway down position or last parallel position, and we basically manipulate the club from there. But what I'm going to talk about is, so if we get into a position where we take the club back and drop the club too early, so we throw the club from the top, all that lag that we're going to create, so left arm is relatively straight and come back down, we're going to reduce that by losing all the angle straight away. So we need to let the club fall. So if we were to get to the top of the backswing, we'll let the club fall. So as the club's falling, gravity is doing the work. So gravity deploys the club, and we must let the club fall down the way. So just stay in position. The club will never fall straight into my body. So if the club was to fall straight into my body, then my arms would collapse into my rib cage. So what tends to happen is we release the club out here, gravity pushes the club away, and our hands unhinge. So our hands come down there, our hands unhinge and recoil back up the way. So you never release the club back down here, it's always out this way, and then our hands push the weight of the club back up to initiate the follow through. So we must let the club fall down the way and then through towards the target. So let the club obviously fully release through the target. So another thing that happens is the club, so as we're coming back down, club starts speeding up, the club head slows down because the weight of the club's reached its low point, okay? And as we're coming back through, the hands are going to create that last ditched power was we've created. So we're going to unrelease that lag that we've created, okay? So what we need to try and get in is the hands, so if we get into this position, the hands continue down here, but halfway down, hands stop, hands start to decelerate, the club starts to accelerate, and then we fully release the club through, okay? So the hands continue, this is down to momentum. So momentum brings our hands towards the target, so when we take the club back, nice slow momentum from the top of the backswing, we create a bit of momentum coming back down the way, okay? So for us to understand that, so if we take the club back, then if we were to drop the club down by our right foot, then our arms would crash into our body, okay? So gravity pushes the club away from our body, our left arm is fully extended, the right arm still flexed, okay? So this drill will help you get rid of that chicken wing, and it will create some lag, okay? So a lot of golfers who release the club too early and they lose the wrist angles between left arm and club shaft, what we need to try and get into our mindset of doing is, so a drill to work on is, this is called the step through with your inner tempo, okay? So what I mean by that is, if I was to get into a position, I start up with my feet together, okay? So what I want to do, so if I was to do that down the line, so start my feet together, toss the club back, so let gravity take the club back, and as I come through I want to step to my left. What that does, it drops the club down. So if I was to step through, then as you can see it's creating a big separation. So if I was to do that again, so come down the camera, so feet together, step through, what that does is it separates my left arm and my body, okay? So if I was to come back down, then I'm going to, because I'm slightly wider, that lowers my centre of gravity, okay? So I turn in, hands reach halfway down, when it creates some lag, left arm and club shaft are in a relatively straight line, okay? But it's naturally straight, it's not forced to become straight, okay? So there's no impingement in there, okay? So to do this drill, what we need to do is toss the club back, let the club fall, then we step through, okay? So try that drill, step through to the left. So this will help you get more pressure on that lead side. So toss the club back, let gravity fall, then we go to the left. But start to move to the left as before the club gets to the top of the backswing, okay? So feel like you're rotating that left hip before the arms reach parallel, okay? So what we need to do is on the takeaway, this will feel like the club's takeaways on slightly on the inside. So if I was to step through, feel like the club's slightly towards the inside. Don't worry too much about that, okay? So, as I was saying, the takeaway is slightly inside the target, but this will develop a sense of timing, okay? So we want to try and initiate the backswing by trying to get the club more towards the inside the shallow angle approach, okay? To try and create a wider swing arc. So do that drill again, okay? So if I was to start with my feet together, to toss the club back, before I reach top of the backswing, turn my hip to the left, create a wider stance, that gets the weight on the left foot. From here, gravity's going to bring the club down, our hands deploy the club, and as you're coming back down, club head slows down, the hands slow down and club head speeds back up, okay? Because the weight of the club's pushed back up by the hands, okay? So we need to keep stacked on our left side. That'll get you to develop a sense of timing and focus. So as we're saying, if we keep that weight on the left side, it'll keep us balanced over the golf ball. But in order to try and stack more weight on the left foot or try and turn out a little bit better, we need to try and turn this toe out, left toe out or lead toe, to just try and feel it or turning more through the ball and stabilise that left side so it's not collapsing, okay? So use that as a safety post as we're coming through. Keep that weight braced against the left side. So I want you to think about obviously maintaining that stability in the left leg, but turning our centre of gravity. So maintain pressure on the left foot and turn our centre of gravity. So centre of gravity is our body. Turn that centre of gravity around that pivot point, okay? And if you've got any thoughts on that video, so we've covered quite an extensive stuff there. So get some lag. If you've got any thoughts on the video, if you like what you see, thumbs up below, like the video. And if you've got any other topics you want me to discuss, just comment below and I'll get to them as soon as possible. Or any questions, and if you feel my content is helpful, subscribe to my channel at Jamie Allen Golf.